this computer. Okay, just a minute, everyone, please. Let me make you the host, Victor, so that you can add people while I'm at it, co-host. Yes. So just give me a minute and you could help me admit people as they come while I just sort out one or two things. Thank you.
That's how he was when that's training.
Oh, Victor.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
No, I said I made you the co-host, and so that you can admit people as they come in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea.
That's what, because I just had to step out quickly. Okay, guys, are you adding them while I just talk? Yeah. So, thanks everyone for coming. We're just waiting for more people to join. Usually give about 2 or 3 minutes for people to join so that we can start. But I was just going to ask, what were you hoping to get out of this meeting today? Anyone can unmute their mic and say one or two things. Well, I mean, let's chat a bit. Let's not have every time we come here to just be us speaking to you. Somebody said NHS pension and how it works. Great. I think I saw that in Victor's slide. Okay. Great. Let me look out for the chat. Okay, it's just one person that I said NHS pension and how it works. Yeah. If you don't want to unmute, you could put it in the chat as well. Interregional transfer. Okay. I'm just wondering, could you kind of expatiate on that, please? Interregional transfer. Getting a car and a house. Yeah, I think Victor has that as well in his presentation. What I've been doing over the week is talking to some, and that's in the pipeline. She's talking to managers presently. It's a big company. They call them Moto Infinity, and they work with, they've been working with NHS staff for a while. So I'm asking them to even give us some more discounts as a group. And she should get back to me. I was hoping she'll be able to join today. I sent a mail to her, but that's the way they work here. So She should get back to me by this week as well concerning cars and discount. Example, transferring from e-success to Sorrel under Kent Sorrel, and yeah. Okay, we'll throw more light into that. I think that's more of more of posting and stuff like that. Hi, Victor. Are you adding people, or should I add as well?
Elijah, please, can you add? Because I don't even know how to navigate.
Okay, great.
You know, where, okay, is it on, okay, participants? To be honest, I don't.
You don't use Zoom that much.
I don't know how to, like, I use it, but I can't
Okay.
seem to, find how to go in and add people. I don't know where.
No problem. I'm doing
to
that
find
right
them.
now.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So I think we'll give them, what do you think? We should give them how long?
Oh, well, it's already 5 minutes. We're about 25. Usually we get so people are still coming in.
Okay, so maybe we'll give another 5,
2
10
minutes. 2 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 5. We'll give them
Okay.
5. Okay, so people are coming in. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. What we could
So,
do is that you could have your the beginning of your slide on. You could start to share while I'm just having a chat with them. Please kindly mute your mic as you come in. Try to do that.
Okay, so let me see. Okay,
I'll
I'm
mute
able to share
everybody
my
for
screen.
now because some people are
Yeah.
coming. And,
just checking this. Just trying to open this slide up.
Great. So I'm seeing John, Buri, Martins, Olua, Funto, Salami, Ni, Dr. Emmanuel, Isika. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce the name very well, pardon me. How is everyone doing? How is the preparation? I think while we're at it, let me talk about 2 things. One is that the poll that I put in the chat, like I've discussed during the week, although I think someone mentioned that the deaneries are replying, or maybe the Home Office, that they are working relentlessly to make sure things happen. But I think what they may not understand is the factor, that where we come from plays, and that is the whole essence of kind of trying to put more, I wouldn't say pressure, but to just express our concerns, because imagine you get the COS in June or in beginning of July, things don't really work as fast as in other places as it does in the UK. So, it was just to put that argument out. But, having a poll of about less than 100 people in 400 participants or postgraduates won't really make anything. So if we think we still want to go along that route, because I just thought people were a bit anxious, so I came up with that idea. Let's tell our friends to do the poll, because by this evening, whatever the result is, we decide whether we're going further to put out that argument out with RCGP or the Home Office. But I will go through the route of our CGP chair first, and then we'll see where we go. But it just depends on how much you guys want it, really. It was just an idea for me. The second thing is parents amongst us. I would really encourage you to register for that parenting course in June. because it will be a good cause and a necessary thing for most people. I spoke with Ola yesterday, and I got to find out that most of the people that it has to deal with or advocate for are actually students, university students, which we kind of relate to in the sense that we are training, that most of them are the ones involved in these things. And there is even a particular one that is working on presently. She just gave birth, and they're looking at they're really working hard to get the child from her. So, and that's just because an adopted child that they brought from Nigeria, reported that they had beaten her or something. And they've taken the adopted child, they've taken her own children, and even this new pregnancy, they're going after the baby. So we want to be kind of equipped. We want to guard ourselves. We just want to know what we need to do, really. So register, and we'll see where we go from there. It may just be a free course, you don't know. But if you didn't register, you wouldn't know. So I'll put the link again somewhere in the group, yeah, so that we can register. And while we're waiting for other things, we can do that. Okay, let me unmute. You're not. I cannot. So go ahead now and unmute yourself. So you're not able to. So Victor, what you can do is, the share, there's a share button in between. Can you unmute now? I think you can unmute yourself now. I've allowed you to do that. Okay, let me do something. Security, or where is it? Sorry, guys. That's having some. Okay, go ahead now. Unmute yourself. Yes. You're not able to share your screen.
No, I can't share my screen. So
okay. Is it on the share? Is it you tried using the share screen and all that?
I think it's probably in the settings. So host disable participant screen sharing.
You're a co-host, so
that'll be, I should be able to talk.
Yeah. You're a co-host, so you should be able to share.
I don't seem to, for some reason. Let's see. No, it's not working.
Okay. You send that, because I'm using the work phone now. I have to kind of send it to my. I said the work phone. I'm using the work computer. So let me see where you sent it to my personal email, then forward it to my.
Do you want to share it from your end?
I have to then. So I'm sending this stuff to my work phone.
Okay, so someone, because I'm not co-host, to be honest. You've not made me.
You are a co-host. Or is that not?
I think you made me a co-host because
you've not made me.
Oh, that's why.
Co-host, yeah.
Okay.
So I think you have to remove me from being a co-host so Dr. Victor can.
Okay, let me do it. I don't know. How come?
Oh, you can. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe you just chose the wrong person. So
yeah, you chose me because I noticed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're Victor, right? Just plainly Victor.
Who, me?
No, not
I-
you, Dr.
yeah, Victor. Yeah, just Victor. Yeah.
Just Victor. Okay. Let me do something. That's why I thought, okay, maybe that was just. Mm,
Happy manage.
I'm sorry. Okay, let me just look for you. I saw your name just now and somebody was trying to come in. Okay, good. Uh, okay, and let me.
Admit. Yeah, I think you have now. Yeah, you have now. That's fine. Thanks.
Okay, great. I think it must have been when persons were trying to come in that happened.
Yeah, it happens. All right, let me share. Which one is it? This one, I think. Yeah. Hello, guys. Hiya.
Great.
Hello.
Yeah, we can see you. I can see your slide. I believe everybody will be able to.
Oh, okay, yeah, you guys can. Okay, so I'm Victor. I don't know. I probably know some people on the group. Probably some people know me as well. So, well, Elijah has asked me to present this privileges of workers in the UK. So I kind of made it privileges of workers in the UK, healthcare and others. I won't claim to know all the privileges of healthcare workers in the UK, but I can definitely tell you about a few, as well as for other workers as well. Maybe for some of us that have partners who are not in the healthcare profession. Okay. So first and foremost, I just have to put this out there. Disclaimer. So before we take any step further, you kindly be aware that I'm not a financial advisor. I do not claim to be one, never have been, probably never will be. I've put in a lot of effort to make sure, the information provided in this presentation is accurate. However, I cannot and will not take responsibility whatsoever for any damages caused, either directly or indirectly, by the application of any of the information provided in this presentation. So basically, it's a financial disclaimer. You just have to be aware. I kindly recommend strongly you consult a professional for advice and always do your own research before making any financial decisions. So just to get that out of the way. I did suggest that if we had any questions, we can ask. It doesn't have to be related to what we are presenting today, anything at all whatsoever, anything you have problems with or you think you may want clarity with or anything at all, you can ask and we can see how we can try and answer that, or probably signpost you and point you to the right direction. Okay. So that being said, so these are the few things we'll talk about. I was really hoping to be extensive. I think I've probably managed to cover a few things. Unfortunately, I was ill. I wasn't feeling too well. So I'm still recovering. Not been to work for a couple of weeks, actually. So I could only manage to get these. But if you have any questions, feel free and we can always address it. So we'll talk about, discounts, mortgage scheme, housing, bills, relocation claims, HEE training claims as well. I think someone mentioned something on the group chat, so I think we can also try to address that. So if you have any questions, I don't know how we want to do the Q&A. If you have any questions, I don't know if you want to put it on the chat, but I probably won't be able to see it until the end. Or maybe if it borders on something I'm talking about and you think maybe, you want it addressed, and then I think you can pop the question And then, just unmute yourself, public question, we'll see how we can answer and then move forward. But anything not related to the presentation, I think those questions we can entertain at the end, okay? Just to limit the distractions, if that's okay. So yeah, so for discounts, talking about how to get discounts. So you have like, basically, if you go to buy anything, you have purchase discounts, put it as purchase discounts. Basically, if you maybe go to a store to get something, you're going to get like, right there and then you can get like a discount right there and then. There's something called salary sacrifice, which I'm going to also explain to us as well. So I'm just trying to see. Yeah, and then there's cashbacks. I know some of us are already here in the UK and we're already utilizing these for some of us or most of us who are coming in from outside. These are some of the things we just need to be aware. But I'm just going to talk further on all of them. So first, salary sacrifice. I don't know if we know what it means, but basically what salary sacrifice means is, well, I have a table. I actually made a table after this slide, so maybe I'll explain it further from there. So for salary sacrifice, you have like salary sacrifice schemes where, you can get things. You can get, basically, I think you can probably get maybe anything. So you can get cars, with the salary sacrifice scheme. There's the NHS fleet solution, and there are some trusts that are affiliated with that. There are also trusts which are not affiliated with the NHS fleet solution, but other fleet schemes. So you just have to find out, maybe any trust you go to, you find out, if do you have any, car fleet solutions affiliated with or associated with them, salary sacrifice, and then you ask about it. So they can probably tell you about it. So you get to understand, in the next slide, how it works. So you see if it's what you want to do, but I'll advise, you can use it. It's quite helpful. There's also the electronics as well. You can get electronics as well, home electronics scheme. I think for us here, Northeast, I think we're linked with the home electronics scheme. So there's the vivo.co.uk, that's like an electronics scheme as well. So that's for Hall and the Humber. So that's the one. So with that one too, you still get to get very significant amounts, of discount, basically when you buy things. So there are a lot of them. So what are the benefits associated with this salary sacrifice? Basically, you get to save on your tax, you get to save on pension, and you also get to save on your NI. NI is the National Insurance Contribution. So I'm having to add people who are in the waiting. So I'm getting to do a lot.
Okay, don't bother, Victor. I will
okay, are you
that.
going to be handling? Okay, I thought
yes,
you
I will do that.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that's fine. Okay. So here it is. I'm trying to just explain it here. So sorry, can you just give me a thumbs up? It's like I'm just talking to myself. I don't know. Can we hear me or something?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Okay, so for the salary sacrifice now, so I tried to explain it, with this now. So this is, let's say for instance, you're making, your gross annual earning is 10,000. So you can see on this side, without the salary sacrifice, and you can see on the other side, on the right-hand side with the salary sacrifice. So let's say you're making 10,000 gross annual salary, for instance, what the salary sacrifice is basically you purchasing something or giving your trust, the ability to actually take out the cost of whatever you're buying, from your salary. So basically, if you're earning, like say 10,000 in this instance now, okay, let's start with the right-hand side so you get to understand then without the salary sacrifice. So basically, if you're earning 10,000, say you were to buy a bicycle. So bicycle came to my head because my friend just bought a bicycle with the salary scheme and he was able to actually save about £1,300. So let's say you buy a bicycle, worth £2,000, for instance. So the £2,000 is taken off your gross annual earning, 10,000, and then you have 8,000. So basically 8,000 is now like your new annual salary. You understand? So that's what you're going to get. 8,000 is going to be your new annual salary and not 10,000. That can be scary because someone will be like, oh, okay, so now my salary is 8,000. But just check out how it works out. Now, if you look at the left, without salary sacrifice, purchase cost 0, you didn't buy anything, or there's no salary sacrifice, so you're still at 10,000. Now, these are all estimates, okay? So tax at 20% is just to give, easy calculation so that I can understand for easy calculation. So I just put 20% tax. Tax can be anything from 20 to 40% or 45, depending. So tax at 20%, without salary sacrifice, you're going to be taxed 20% of that 10,000, which is going to be minus 2,000, okay? Your NI, national insurance, I pegged it at 10%. It can be anything from 3 point something, is it 3.25 to 13.25% or something like that. So I pegged it at 10,000 again for ease of calculation. So 10,000 NI, 10% NI is still going to be on your gross. So that's minus 1,000. Okay, the NPS, that is National Pension Scheme. So pension is like 9.3%. So I put it at 9. So 9% of the 10,000, which is going to be minus 900. Okay, so if you have a look at it, so your take-home salary, basically, when you minus all of this, which is 3,900, is 6,100. That's per annum, or you're taking home £508 per month. That's what it amounts to. So basically, if you were to now buy the bicycle, at the end of it, so you have minus 6,100 minus 2,000. That's when, because you're buying it after you've gotten your salary. So you see, you're actually taking home 4,100. Now let's look at the salary sacrifice. So if you do salary sacrifice, it's already taken out before your money is declared or something, your gross. So that's already 10,000 minus the 2,000. So now it's 8,000. So everything is going to be on this 8,000 and not your gross, because your gross now, your new gross is now 8,000. Basically, that's what it means. So your tax will be tax of 20% of the 8,000, which will be 1,600. Your NI will be NI 10% of 8,000, which is 800. NPS, which is your pension, will be of 8,000, which is 720. So if you look at it, at the end of it, yes, with the minus the 2,000, you're actually taking home 4,880. You get, which is equivalent to like £406 per month, let's say over a 12-month period. But now you own the bicycle, so you don't need to buy it again. So the purchase at that point now, at the end, is 0. So what you're left with is 4,880. You see, compared to someone who purchased it at the end and had 4,100. So it gives you like a savings of plus £780 basically. Okay, so that's what the salary sacrifice is. So let's see. Yeah, so I think I've explained that. So I put some links there. I mean, maybe depending on the questions at the end, I probably might open some of those links so that you can have a look and just get an understanding of how it works, really. So now you have the purchase discount.
Maybe Victor.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if one or two person have any question on that explanation before we move.
Okay. So I'm not going through the chat, please. If there's any question on the chat, just let me know, because I'm not going to be looking at the chat while we're presenting until the end.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you for the presentation. My question is, on the long term, as it towards retirement, does this salary sacrifice, does it affect One, negatively in any way. I mean, with regards to pension contributions on the long term, I know it's beneficial on the short term, but on the long term, is there any disadvantage to using it? That's my question.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So, well, if you look at it, pension is pension is basically your savings. Thanks for your question. Pension is basically your savings towards the, towards retirement, really. So yes, it's going to affect your pension because this is now you taking out. So if you basically look at it, instead of let's say you were making a pension contribution of 9%, for instance, say you were making a pension contribution of, how do I put it? Okay, so 10,000, you're making a pension contribution of 9% of 10,000, which is 900, okay, per annum, all right? So now, in this case now, you're now making a pension contribution of, this is basically your savings. So if you check the difference, so that's like 180. So this 180 you're saving now, you're basically taking it from your pension. You get that you would have contributed to. But again, it's not, I mean, it depends on how you view it really, because if you look at only the pension, you're actually saving money from elsewhere as well. So if you look at it, pension is probably the least of your, of the savings for you, because you're saving about, 400 pounds in your tax, for instance. Your tax, you're not going to get it back forever. You get, so you're saving 400 pounds in the tax. You're saving 200 pounds. I'm looking at it from this one now. You're saving 200 pounds from your NI. So I mean, it depends on you to decide. What do you want to do? Do you want to like forgo 180 in the future so that you can save 600, or do you want to forgo 600 to save 180? If you get what I mean. So it's up to you really, but for me, I'll do it. You understand?
I believe that would have answered the question of one other person that said overall, which one is better? So I believe it would have answered your question. Someone has raised their hands. Could you unmute, please?
Yeah, good morning. I'm sorry, I lost my voice, so I may not be very loud. Thank you so much, Victor, for this explanation. But I was just wondering, the salary sacrifice structure, can you opt in and then opt out anytime you like, or what are the conditions?
For salary, like to opt in. So it's if you buy something. So if you buy something, you have to finish paying it. If you get what I mean. So you can't, like, if you buy something, because basically the moment you buy with salary sacrifice, you're given the product you buy. You get, so you don't wait to pay you don't wait to finish paying before you get it. So basically, okay, so from the bicycle now, for instance, I mean, ironically, it just got the bicycle 2 days ago. Like, it got it delivered 2 days ago. So the bicycle is 2,800 and something. He's going to pay it over 12 months. He's paying 120 something pounds per month. He got the bicycle delivered 2 days ago. So you're using the bicycle. So you can't opt out until you finish paying, because you have the product.
No, it was in my head. It was looking like when you resume, you tell your trust.
No. So it's for a product it's for a product you buy. Okay, okay, so just bear with me. Let me just, I think I'll just.
Sorry, Victor, I think you shouldn't go too deep into it now.
Yeah, okay.
It's just, but like, and I've also seen that a couple of people have raised their hands. If we can keep that question till when we start the Q&A.
Okay,
don't forget your question. I just thought, to throw a little bit of light into it, then we move to the next slide. And you can also, explain further about it when we get to the Q&A.
Okay.
Thanks,
that's fine then.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked about them. I mentioned them earlier, purchase discount. So basically, for the purchase discounts now, discounts you get in the store. So that can be not necessarily in the store alone, really. So maybe, there are some grocery stores that have cards, like Morrison's and things like that. So basically, when you buy things, you get points, and if you accumulate your points to a certain, point, then you're able to get vouchers to buy stuff. So you can use that. There's the blue light card. Basically the blue light card is, so if you can see the background there, you understand, that's the blue light. So you see, last year they helped save this thing over £100 million, you understand, for their members. So it's not only exclusive, the blue light card is not exclusive to doctors alone. So it's basically, emergency workers, paramedics, and all the nurses and everybody. So with that, but with that card, basically you present it, to stores. When you go to stores, you just present your blue light card. If they are affiliated with, the blue light, so they can tell you, okay, there's a discount of 10%, 5%, or whatever. Personally, I don't know. I don't really use it. I have the card. It's in my wallet, but I don't use it. There's the RCGP Plus. As a member of RCGP, so if you search RCGP Plus, so you can see discounts as well, where you can find, so discounts for hotels, you can get as much as 10% or more, discounts there, discounts for a lot of things, really, you can see. So there's something called health service discount, which is something I use, so you can register on there. So there it's an online thing. So if you go online, if you register on there, so basically they have links. It's more like affiliate marketing, really. I don't know if you understand. So it's more like affiliate marketing. So they have this chain of stores, that are linked to them. So if you just click on there, you have an account. So if you log in, you'll find, some stores like maybe Puma or JD stores, for instance. I think they have like 7.5% or something. So they provide codes, like they provide discount codes on the health service discount. So you can use those codes when you go to the website, you're buying things from. You can put in those codes, get the discount. Some of them have as much as, I think, 20% discount. Apply those codes and then buy the stuffs. So you can even go through their website. They have links to those shopping websites. You can go through their websites into the shopping websites with those discounts applied already and buy, purchase, and you just make your purchase. That's it. And they also have something else as well, which is what I'm going to talk about in the cashback. So that's it. So basically, blue light card, health service discounts. So the cashback cards. So cashback is cashback cards are really they are debit cards. So basically, cards you have to, they're bank cards or debit cards. You have to fund them. So unlike credit cards where the company funds them, so there's money in the cards. So you're basically borrowing. Whenever you use the money on the card, you're borrowing. So with the cashback cards, you fund those cards and then you use them to purchase things. So when you purchase things with those cards, you get the cash back. So you have like the health service discount card, for instance, it's called the old card. So if you fund the account, you fund the card. So if you use the card to purchase, depending on the percentages, associated with the percentage cashback, you can get some good cashback. Like with the old card with Argos. So Argos gives like 5% cashback. So if you buy something, say maybe 1,000, you're going to get £50 back into the card. So they'll pay back. You just see it pay back whenever you recharge the card. It comes in with the the cashback. So personally, I use health service. Sorry, let me just, you also have cashback sites as well. So there's a complete savings cashback site. So that complete is also like an affiliate marketing, really. So you register with them, and then you can go through links. You see shops. They have an array of shops there. So you go through, you just click on those shops, you do your shopping normally, you pay normally. So there's something called tracking. So when you go through the shops on their platform, they have links to those stores as well. So on their platform, so you can just go on and there, buy whatever you want to buy. So they track those sales and then they just refund the money to you. So basically you just see it captured and then they refund the money to you. Okay. Sorry, just give me 1 second. I think I've got someone on the door.
Oh, okay. Let me do that. What I've just written in the chat is that as you remember the question or the question comes to you, please put it in the chat. In between, we will stop and just ask people. But at the end of it, there will be a Q&A as well. So just put it in the chat and we'll go through it at the end. Go ahead. Oh, he said there's somebody by his door. Okay, well, let me just throw in some light into a few things that he said. One is that the blue light card, I use it as well. Most times once you register, they will send you an email. And you know, if you use Gmail, you will see it on your Google promo. Likewise, the discount, the NHS discount as well. They will always tell you every time, so you can always check your promo side of your Gmail, you know, to check what they have, especially because we do have, I don't know about you, but we have big families, you know, and sometimes you have to buy stuff for the children, for yourself, and even grocery in itself. That's one thing. Again, I'll just jump into that as I remember. I would advise that any grocery, my own experience, I don't buy from one grocery store. In some places, their prices are cheaper than the other. Typically, I go to about 3 stores to make my grocery, really. And I don't know, maybe that would be your experience as well. Victor, just stop me when you're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Great.
I'm just waiting for you, Toji. Yeah, okay. So sorry about that. So the cashback sites, like I was talking about the cashback sites. You have the complete savings. So that's like a site where if you go on there to buy stuff. So if you go on there to I'm so sorry. Sorry. So the complete savings, you know, if you register, you get those, you know, you go through their website, you're able to click onto the links for other stores and buy something. Then they have like a tracking where they track what you purchased basically, and then they're able to pay you back. You have there's a catch there with the complete savings. So complete savings, the catch is you pay £15. You pay £15 a month. So you have to pay it through, like, say for instance, any store. You know, basically the £15 is refundable. So for me, I'll just use me as an example. So you register with a particular store, you know, where you pay the £15, but you can buy from any other store. Now the thing is, for that store you've registered with, if you make any purchase, be it 50p, £1, you're able to make a claim and get your full £15 back every month. So basically, if you make maybe £1 shopping from Argos, for instance, so maybe I registered with Argos, so every month I just make like £1 pen shopping, I get my £15 back. But every other thing, you know, it's 10%. So I was able to buy I bought PS5 recently. I was able to buy it with massive discount. So I got like 10% off from Argos using complete savings. I paid with my cashback, health service cashback. So that's 5%. So that's 15% off. And the complete saving, this complete savings, they sell vouchers. So they sell different vouchers. So for Argos, they have like Argos vouchers for 20% off. So I bought £100 vouchers, 3. So so you buy like 1 voucher every month. So I bought £100 voucher like 3. So that's already 60 pounds off 300 pounds. So basically 300 pounds, you buy it for like 240, so 240 pounds, I was able to get 300 pounds voucher. And then I got all this extra. So basically that PS5 probably costed me, I don't know, 300 or whatever, but you get the check. So that's how it works, really. So there's top cashback, which is a very big. With top cashback, you don't really pay anything. But what I've noticed is that their own cashback percentages are quite small. I think with complete savings, the least is 10%, but top cashback you have 5%, 2.5, and all that. Yeah, but it's free, so you can check. And then you go there. All you need to do is go onto the website, log in, and then on the platform, you now click, you just search the store you want to buy from, click there and buy. So normally what I do, if I want to buy anything, you just go online, search, know the store you want to buy from, know what you want to buy, then just come onto them, log in, and then just go straight and buy. Because it can be, the disadvantage is that the tracking, you can lose the tracking, especially if you log in, you now go to the store, you leave the website, go do something else, come back. So basically when you're ready, just log in, go to the store, purchase, and go out. So that's how they keep tracking. So Quidco is another good one as well. It's a good cashback site. You don't need to pay anything. So yeah, so that's for cashback. So yeah, Elijah said I should speak about mortgage.
Please, can we unmute, or is that background from your side, Victor?
No, it's not from mine.
Okay, let me find the person and just mute them. Okay, thank you. Go.
Okay, yeah, so said to speak about mortgage schemes and housing. So for those of us who are coming from outside, I know it can be daunting. If you have the money to buy, but again, I'll still leave that to you to decide if you want to buy, if you don't want to buy, if you want to rent. If you want to rent, it's pretty straightforward. You search for the house, you like it, view the house, and then go ahead, fill in the paperwork, and then you go ahead and rent. If you want to buy, then a few things you need to be aware of. So before you buy, except you have the money to pay cash, the houses are not cheap. So except you have the money to pay cash, you will need to get a loan, from a bank. You need to borrow money. So before you borrow money, of course, they have to, are you credit worthy to borrow money? Because it's going to be a huge chunk of money you'll be borrowing. So they need to know you're credit worthy, before they can give you money. So that's where the credit score comes in. I think maybe I spoke about this on the first, the first presentation there. I don't know if we had a good understanding or a fair grasp of it. I don't know. I think I had some questions popping up. Maybe it was in my head. I don't know. But basically in the UK, these are the, with this credit score, these are like the, you have Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. I think mostly they use Experian and Equifax in the UK, but these are all the ones you've got, or some of them. So basically it's a scoring. You have like a score. I'm not really sure it's from 0, but I know it's to 999. So you have that score there. Different systems, they use different scoring systems as well. So if you're in the excellent, that's good. You have good, fair, poor, and very poor. So the credit score actually is basically like a number, which tells the lender, like the probability of you paying back, the loan. So it basically shows how responsible you are in terms of, managing finances. So because it's quite a huge chunk of money, and these guys don't know you from anywhere. So they need something to be able to, use and judge. This guy, we're giving money. Are we going to be able to get this money back? So basically that is what it is. So the more likely that they will get the money back from you, the more likely they'll give you the money. And then also the interest rates will be lower. but if somebody's at risk, if you think about it, if somebody's at risk, you'll be like, okay, I'm going to charge him higher just in case he doesn't pay. I'm able to recoup a lot of the money back, something like that. But if somebody has, 10 chances that they'll pay, so you basically almost believe the person, so you probably put a little percentage in. So that also affects as well the percentages you get. So you have, I did put a few tips on how to, sorry, I don't know, my screen is just, I can't really see anything. Okay, better. So I put a few tips on how, you understand, you can actually help your credit score. So there's something called the credit utilization ratio. So I know I came from Nigeria now, so there's nothing like that in Nigeria. And we're even, debt shy. We don't like, basically, personally, I don't like owing. So when I came, that, there's money to be borrowed or something. For instance, the first step is you're going to get a credit card. When I came in, I had a credit card. I think I had, I was asked to put like 3,000. I think I had the option of putting 3,000. I said, no, drop it to 1,000. You get, oh, I didn't know. So now the capacity, so it doesn't just mean, if you have credit card, maybe for instance, and you have like, say 10,000, or let's put 1,000 on it. It doesn't then mean you should probably spend everything. So, and if you're not spending, they cannot tell if you are credit worthy. So basically you need to owe, for them to know, okay, yes, you're credit worthy or not, because if you don't owe, nobody can tell. So if you can pay back, that's fine, but you've not been tried and tested, so nobody knows. So, but if you owe and then you pay back, okay, yes, then there's a track record, So with the credit card, because when I got mine, I think the first couple of months I just hoarded it. I didn't use it for anything. So, but there's something called credit utilization ratio. So basically means if you get a credit card now, which is like say 1,000, for instance, because you have 1,000, it doesn't mean you should be using 900 every month, or something. It doesn't know. So you should use between 15 to 25% of that. So that's what it means. So credit utilization ratio, 15 to 25%. So for a 1,000 pound, value on a credit card, don't try to exceed maybe 25%, so 250, don't exceed it. Like, so 150 to 250, try and pay back. So me personally, what I do is I don't owe credit till the next month. Like, so I just pay back immediately. I don't know if it's healthy or it's not, but I'll borrow, I'll use the card, but the next 3 days I'm paying it back. I don't have that time. So that's what I do. So at the end of the month, I'm probably having a 0 or something. Sometimes I even have a positive, especially if maybe, say I bought something and then had to return it for some reason and I'd already paid. So I just have it in excess. So I think I've had like probably 600 and something pounds positive in my credit for the last how many. So that's it. So you also need to pay your account on time. So don't be late with payments. So any payments, bills, your rent, everything, just try and pay it on time. If you're late, don't be more than 30 days late. What you can also do is, so you have an overdraft. So with your account, when you open an account, so they'll give you an option. Do you want an overdraft on the account or not? You should go for it. I would go for it. So you can pay, say for instance, maybe 1,000 or something. So if you have like the capacity to owe maybe with your credit card, say maybe 5,000, for instance, I'll probably put 2,000 on the overdraft. So what it means is if you have bills, and then maybe you don't have enough money in the account, so it can buffer, because if you say, let's say your account is probably your main account, I don't mean the credit now, your account is say 800 pounds and something for that month you incurred bills of 1,000. So what it just means is it's still going to go normally, so you have, the thing will go out 1,000, so you'll be negative 200, but you have an overdraft of 2,000, so you still have 1,800 left. get. So that's what it is. So, but with the overdraft, you use it, there's a percentage, you pay, just like the credit card as well. So there's a percentage too. That's it. But I think the first couple of days, so if the first I think for HSBC, it's like the first 18 months is free, like 0%. You don't basically pay anything, I think. Yeah, so that's it. So don't open a lot of accounts all at once, because it just shows that maybe you're in need, and then you're trying, that's why you're opening accounts, you're trying to gather enough credit. So that affects your credit score negatively. So don't do that. So if you were to open maybe a little, maybe 1, 2, that's it, or something. So, and you too, if you do like, if you check your credit score, you can actually check your credit score. So you can, if you say, let's say you have like a major thing you want to do, maybe you want to buy a car or you want to buy a house or something like that. So you need to actually check like a couple of months before. So if you want to buy a car maybe next year, probably best you just start now. Check your account, check your credit, your credit score about 6 months at a time. The reason why you're doing that is because you want to see if there are any mistakes, and if there are any mistakes, you correct it. And if the credit score is low, you can now start working towards, building that credit score. I'll tell you something that happened to me. So one day I checked my credit score. It was quite low, and I know I've been like on the 999 mark for a while. So it was quite low, and I lived somewhere in Boston when I came into the UK. I lived in the place the hospital provided for me. I lived there for a couple of months, maybe 2-3 months. Then I now moved to somewhere else. So from there I still moved and all that for training and all. So, but when I checked, it was like, this credit card, the credit score for me, I just felt that it was like too massive a drop again. So I called the credit Experian. So I checked mine with Experian. So I called Experian. But bear in mind that for the credit score, you have there are charges. If you want to do like there are monthly charges, I don't pay monthly. I do the free one. For the monthly, if you pay for monthly charges, they're going to be breaking down things for you or how you can save up the credit. I don't need that. Personally, I cannot be paying that money just to maintain that information. I don't need it. But this time I just felt, I need to call these guys. So you have like 30-day free period. So I registered that. I registered it for that, just for that purpose. I called them like, what's happening to my credit score? You would not imagine that. They told me it was because my address was still showing the address on my SIM card on my mobile. The mobile SIM, the SIM card, please. The phone number I bought, when I came to the UK, was still showing that address. So the address is wrong. So they can't really pinpoint. I was like, so every other thing I had corrected, just that address. So they said, yeah, that's why. So I corrected it. The next month, the score improved. So it just shows you, you need to like, get on top of updating your details, basically, because it can affect your credit score. And as well, if say I didn't correct that and I went to take out a loan or something, I won't be able to, or probably I'll get it, but get it at a very terrible rate, just because of that. So you need to actually check and then know. So there's an app as well. I use the app, so it's very easy. I just use the Experian app on my phone. So I just check it, you can just check it, anytime you feel like it. Yeah, so that's it. And if you have a bad credit score, or any flaws, don't worry about it. Just make better choices. And down the line, you'll be able to kind of like cover up for it. Again, one thing there's a mistake I made. I would advise you, well, for me personally, I would never withdraw with a credit card. Don't do it. Don't do it. Again, so I didn't know. I thought it was. I went out that day, went shopping went to a restaurant so I just withdrew with my credit card. I didn't know. I just had the credit card on me. I withdrew with it. First, you're going to incur a charge, and then it's going to hammer your credit score. You get, so I asked someone because I didn't really understand. So why? Like, you're seeing my account balance, I have money in my, my debit, I have money. So why is it, affecting me negatively? He was like, it's presumed. I don't know. That's what he said, because he's been in Canada like all his life. So when he came in, I got tips from him as to, he was one of the guys that taught me, through how to improve my credit score. So it was like, if you withdraw money from a credit card, it's seen that, you basically broke. You get, irrespective of what you have in the account, you shouldn't. So that means you don't have any money at all. So that means that's why you're withdrawing from it, basically. And it stays on your credit for a long time. So don't do it. You can borrow money from your friends. Well, for me, I won't do it. So just so you're aware. So yeah, you have factors affecting credit score. I'm not going to really talk about it. So monies you owe, length of credit history. I know for us coming in from outside the country, you've not been here, so it's very difficult, for you to build that one. So the length of your credit, because if you've not been here, you can't have a credit history, basically. So as soon as you come in, I think maybe I talked about it, even if it's a SIM card or anything, just to get that credit, start the credit history is something, you can just do that to kickstart it. So payment history, you can see, very important. So you have to be on point with your payments, amount owed as well. And they also check the spread of your credit, spread of the money you're owing, places you're owing, maybe. So you can probably owe in different places, but also remember credit utilization ratio. Don't go beyond, so instead of going beyond, what you can do is you can increase your credit limit. So like for your credit card now, you can probably, let's say if you want to be spending 500 to 1,000 pounds, what you can do is probably maybe increase the credit limits. You can tell the bank you want to increase it to 5,000. So if you increase it to 5,000, you see that 1,000 is 20%. So that's still within the, this thing, the 15 to 25% mark. So rather than you maxing out your 1,000, so that's it. Okay. So next one. Yeah, so we're talking about the credit because it's important in the buying, if you're buying a house. So, but it's not only in buying a house, it's in, loans as well. If you want to take loans from the bank or, to buy a car, what have you. So that's why those are important. So you have buying options for houses. So there are schemes, for buying. There's a government scheme, the Help to Buy. You have the Help to Buy scheme. So I don't know if I should really go deep into this, Elijah. Do you want me to go deep into this?
I'm not.
No, not really, right?
Yeah, because
yeah,
it takes.
So don't worry, I won't go deep into it. I'll just explain it on the surface. Don't worry, thanks, it's fine. So the Help to Buy. So Help to Buy is like a government scheme where they help you to buy property. But what they do is the government gives 20%. Government contributes 20%. So bear in mind the 20% is again, I'll use numbers so for ease of understanding. Say you want to buy a house of 100,000. Okay, with the Help to Buy scheme, you're actually able to contribute 5%. So it's all you need is 5% to deposit, So the 5% you bring will be £5,000. The house is 100,000. So imagine, so with 5,000, you can buy a house. Now, the Help to Buy scheme, the government will bring 20%. That's what it means. So 20% from government, 5% from yourself. So that's 25. So what you're now looking for is loan to value of 75%. So what you're now looking for is 75% from the bank. You get, so that means it means that you have 25%. So you're looking for 75%, which is equivalent to 75,000 from the bank. So bank will borrow you 75,000 and all that, so you get the house. Now bear in mind, the Help to Buy, from the government, that 20% government gave you, which is 20,000, is 20%. They're not giving you cash. They are buying equity into the house. That's what you should know. Okay, because a lot of people don't know it. They are buying equity. So what it means is they are buying the house, 20% of the house. So the government then owns 20% of that house. You're supposed to pay that money. So the money the government gives you, the 20% they give you is 5 years, no interest, zero interest. So that's what it means. If you're able to pay off in the 5 years, good and fine. If not, you know, after the 5 years, interest accumulates, you know, and all that. There are a lot of things, so I won't go into it. But so what you need to bear in mind is that, say for instance, the house, it has its pros and cons. So you have to go back and read if you want to do that. So what it means is, I told you they are buying equity. So what it means is, if you are now ready to pay, let's say 3 years down the line, you don't want to wait for the 5 years, 3 years down the line, you want to pay off the money. If the house value, as at the time you want to pay off, because you have to evaluate it before you pay off, if the house value has dropped to 50,000, you're not going to pay back 20,000 to government. It's 20% of the value you're going to pay back. So that means at that time, so 20% of 50,000 is 10,000. So that's what you're going to pay back. Also bear in mind, if the house has gone up to 200,000, 20%, 40,000 is what you're going to pay back. So it's 20% of equity. So that's what you should know, because a lot of people, if you're 20%, okay, 20,000, okay, 5 years I'll pay back 20,000. That's not it, just so you're aware. So you have the, there's this new, you know, one the government brought, 5% deposit. You know, you bring 5% deposit, not Help to Buy now, because we Help to Buy is still 5%, but this one 5% deposit, then you get the house. Yeah, that's the interest rate is quite expensive. It's quite high. So there's shared ownership. I'm not going to talk about that. Then there's deposits without. So people can ask, okay, what if I don't want to do Help to Buy? Yes, you can buy a house if you don't want to do Help to Buy. So what it means is the banks, you know, especially if you are coming in, you know, your credit and all that is not that solid. The banks may be a bit, because if you want to borrow money, the banks will probably give somebody who will be more willing, or it will be safer for them to give 10%, you know, of the money rather than give 20%, something like that. So that will depend on. So if you're buying without deposit, that means you have to make, basically you just have to make more deposit, you understand, more percentage. You have to contribute more percent. So it might be anything from 10% so for 100,000, it might probably 100,000 house, you might probably need to bring 10,000, 15,000. It depends. If you see the bank that wants to give you 85%, so that means it's 15% that you have to bring, you know, and all that. So those are the things. So you have price caps. So if you're doing Help to Buy, you need to be aware there's price cap for Help to Buy now. It wasn't there before. I think this came in last year or last 2 years. I think sometime in April. I think it was last year, April. So that this came in. So now there's a cap if you want to buy a house using Help to Buy. You know, because before now you can go and buy 1 million house, you know, all you just need is 5%, which was, I think it was nice. But now you have a cap. So you can see it's anything from 186,000. So if you look at the Northeast, you know, which is the top, which is where I am. So it's 186,100, that's the cap. If the house is above that, you can use Help to Buy. So it's anything from there to London, which is 600,000. So you can see, so depending on where you're going, if you're going to London, so you can get help, this thing with Help to Buy, you can get a house, 600 grand. So east of England, 407,000. York and the Humber, 228,000. So you can see Northwest, 224, West Midlands, East Midlands, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's it. So for bills, management, I think someone talked about bills the other time, and I did try to chip in. So bills now, you have loads and loads of bills. I couldn't even think of all of them. So you have energy, you pay for gas, you pay for phone if you are doing maybe monthly subscription like me. Broadband, you know, you have your car insurance, house insurance if you buy a house. Even if you don't buy a house, you probably want to insure there's this thing to content, if you want to insure content and all that, and a lot of things. So basically, the tip for myself, because having been in this thing, I think this is what I'll follow. Before renewing any contract, if you've taken out a contract for 1 year, before you renew, compare and renegotiate. So that's it. Because for my phone contract, I think I was paying, when I came in, I was paying £20. So paid the first year, forgot about it. The thing rolled over another £20. Then I discovered that there was someone that was paying for the same service that I was getting. The person was paying £12. I was like, what? And then I had a contract. So at the end of the contract, that one, before it rolled over, I called them, look, I'm not doing this. Why am I paying this? So funny enough, I'm now paying £8. You get. So those are the things. So you can use comparison sites, to check what you want to get. So this use switch is actually for phone bills, broadband, electricity. I think those three basically. So the use switch, I've used it once. So when I was switching gas, my energy from one company to the other, it's quite seamless really, because they do the switch for you really. So you just go on there, you put the one you're currently using, what you're using, and the one you want to, they'll give you options. They'll just check it for you, give you quotes, you choose the one you want, and then they do the switch for you. So it's quite easy. Yeah, so you have confused.com. So it's another
I
site.
sent a message to you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
okay.
You could just check it. Yeah, thanks.
Is it on my phone? Did you send it? Is it a direct message?
Direct to you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks. So you have confused.com, compare the market. There are a lot of comparison sites. Okay. So for you to get whatever you need. Yeah. So you just check them before, even to fix your car, to be honest, you just go there, check, fix your car, to do your monthly MOT and all that thing. So you find them there. So relocation claims. So if you're coming in from wherever you're coming in to go for training, so you need to know that, there's relocation, that you can actually claim relocation. So it's a lot of information on there, but I just picked out a few things. So removal expenses so I've highlighted, just 1 or 2 lines that I'm going to talk about. So removal expenses may be claimed under the detailed conditions contained in this policy. This is a policy I got it's our own policy. That's the Health Education England Northeast. So the lead employer trust, which employs us. So it's subject to an overall maximum of £8,000. So you can claim as much as £8,000. But you can see that travel and removal expenses will be reimbursed from UK port of entry only. So from when you enter UK. So basically everything all the expenses you're making from the port of entry, just keep all your receipts, everything. Just keep them, and then you can claim all of them. Okay. To qualify, you must have moved from at least 30 miles or more. So that's something you have to be aware of as well. Yeah, so you have to make the claims within 3 months. Okay, of incurring the expense. So as soon as you start 3 months, just put it in. I've lost this in claims because I didn't claim on time, a lot of them. So you can claim a lot of things. So you just need to read, your this thing to find out what you can claim. You can make claims for preliminary visits. I did claim for one. So you just come down to see, maybe if you're coming to say get to rental house, for instance, you can just come around first, pay a visit, see the house viewing and things like that. So the hotel that you stayed, everything, so you can claim it. So your journey, that you came in to just to do the checks and all that, you can claim all those. So you can claim removals as well, transport, like if you moved your stuff, maybe you can get a van to move your things, you can make claims for those. So those are things you can claim. Okay, among other things, so you just have to check. And you can make claims up to 8,000, so but they should be valid claims. So you have the trainee on our own. So this is all we use for the Northeast. So Let is this thing, which is a claim. So basically, it's for trainees now that you're in training. So that's what you use to claim for Northeast, if any one of you is coming here. So you can claim transport to and from work. So when you go to work normally, you can just claim it, make claims. accommodation, they can claim it. Let's say, for instance, maybe you live, let's say you have like, say, 5 places, 5 postings, for instance. Maybe you have different postings, and the postings are in different regions, for not different regions, so maybe different locations, and they are very far apart. So what you can do, you can get an accommodation in the place, one of the places closest to where you'll be working. And if the other place is too far, you can get an accommodation there and claim that accommodation back, so they can pay for that. So courses, if you go for any courses, anything, so you can get that claim. If you pay indemnity, so indemnity is something you must pay for. I don't know if you've heard of it. So if you pay for indemnity or those things like that, those are things you can claim. So you can always check, to see the things that you can claim. There are a whole lot of things you can claim, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that reference was from the credit score thing. Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much, Victor, for this extensive presentation. The floor is now open. I know there were a couple of questions coming in. Like I said, Victor is my go-to guy. When I just sat and listened, just like every one of you, some of the things we will talk about after this meeting, but that is Victor for you. That's where it comes in. I just want to read
Martin.
Huh?
Okay, somebody was putting their hand up, Martin.
Okay, yeah, Martin, you could go ahead while I kind of scroll the chart and decide where people have been asking.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. It was really quite helpful. I have 2 questions. The first is the help to buy thing. Is it same as lifetime ISA?
No, it's not.
Okay. And then secondly, claiming expenses. I don't know, who are we supposed to send an email to about claiming relocation expense or transport or accommodation? Is it the host trust or the lead employer or the HE?
Your HR, just email your HR.
Okay, HR. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it should be the lead employer. It should actually be the lead employer, but just email your HR. You understand? So you get your money back. But
okay.
some of them you have to feel, you have to feel like they have like paper things that you feel, but others like it's online, So it depends. So you just email them. You understand? But what you need to do is have all your receipts and things ready. So it's a whole lot of things you can claim. Like if you move houses, for instance, you like Anyvan or all those moving things, they can, most of them provide services where they can come and remove the things in your house, pack everything, put them in the van, take them to your new house and put them in your house again. So like those services are there. So those are, you can also claim all those things you can claim. Then going to the place, when you're moving, relocating to the place, if you're driving, you can claim, the mileage. If you're using bus, you can claim whatever it is, you can just claim it.
Great. And what I've noticed.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what I've also noticed is that even if you make a claim and it's not legit, they would just refuse it and let you know why they refused it. So yeah. So don't be too bothered or too careful.
Claims are not legit now.
Sorry?
I think one should make claims that are legit.
Yeah, once you make claims, and if you've made claims, unknowingly, there are times I have done that, they just refused it. And I didn't even bother, going ahead or querying it. Sometimes they even ask you to provide some documents so that claims can be approved.
That's true.
Yeah. So let me just ask, read some of the questions before I ask Fadipe to unmute. Elizabeth said that in addition to what is currently being said about grocery, it's very helpful to register as a member of, Costco?
Yeah, Costco, yeah.
Yeah, this store sells at wholesale price for those of us with families this is hugely beneficial. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to write that down. So that's a point. It's on the chart if you want to, get that. Another person said, how do I check my credit score without it being affected by the action? I think once you don't submit it, I believe it's just, it's just
well,
throw more light into that, Victor, please.
Well, there's a hard check and a soft check. So the companies, the people, when you want to take out loans and all those things, they can do hard checks. So basically the soft check is that, I think that's what you're asking. So like for me with the app, it's very easy. You get, so with the app, it's like it's thumb or maybe like thumbprint. I just use my thumbprint and check. So I think it's probably, maybe you probably should download the app, fill in all the details, and whenever you want to check, like you can easily check. Because as we're talking now, I can just check mine. So it's that easy, and it doesn't affect your scores.
Okay. Someone said that please send the link on how to check the credit score. So Victor, please help us with that. And I think it's on the slide as well. So it's recorded. You can go to the YouTube link.
It's Experian. So you just check Experian. That's the one I used. I said there are other ones as well. Or Experian. So I think it's there on the slide. There's Equifax. I use Experian.
So great, we can do that. Please, is the Help to Buy same with lifetime? Okay, well, that has been.
Somebody asked that. No, it's not. Now with the Help to Buy, you just need to be aware that it's for first-time buyers. So the Help to Buy has limitations. Like I said, there are pros and cons. So it's for first-time buyers, and it's only for brand new, like for new houses, new builds only, and first-time buyers.
Yeah. Or did they say it's the same as lifetime ISA? Somebody asked that question.
No, it's not.
Okay, ICO was what the person said, is it? Okay, great. Fadipe, please, do you want to unmute your mic and ask your question?
Okay, thank you for the lecture. It's quite an eye-opener. How soon can one get a credit card after entering the UK? Because when I entered the bank that I tried to open with, I asked for overdraft. Then they said they can't grant it to me, that I don't have maybe credit history or so. But I haven't made any attempts to get a credit card from them, however. But I just want to ask, how soon can one get a credit card and start building the credit history? And the second question, your last statement was very fascinating, because it's really affecting me now. I'm being posted to Boston, and the posting, my first posting will be in Lincoln, which is about maybe more than an hour to Boston.
Yeah, it's 1 hour drive. Yeah, I work there. So.
And my third posting will be in Granton. So I don't know, is there any possibility of changing, or what is the advice? I know it's not really related to this. What is the advice you can give? Because it has been giving me headache since that time, and I don't really know how to go about it, because I don't drive at present. So.
Yeah, okay. A very valid question you've asked. Yeah, I'll try and answer it. So I think maybe what I should have talked about was driving. Driving is very important and essential in this training. So as soon as you guys come in, I think you should maybe just have that sorted. So regarding the first question you asked, is it okay? Which bank do you use?
Nationwide.
I don't mind.
Nationwide.
Okay, yeah. Nationwide. Okay, so I think it depends on the bank you get. And I don't know, I won't say individual circumstances, to be honest. I think it depends on the bank, and maybe because of the situation of things currently at the moment. Because when I came in, you understand, like I got my credit card immediately. You get, so the credit card was like 3 days after they sent it to the house, and then the overdraft was offered, which I declined initially. You get, so I think it depends on the bank, because one of my colleagues opened, mine was HSBC. One of my colleagues opened with Barclays, so they didn't give her. They didn't give her. I think she probably had to go back after like 6 months or something to apply, and then she got. So, so timeline, I can't say. So what you can do is probably give them a ring, you understand, to find out. Give them a ring and ask, you know, do you think I can get a credit card now or something? I would need a credit card or something, you understand? Or yeah, there are other banks, so you can try.
I think
so that's it.
My experience was that it would take about 3 to 6 months. I bank with Lloyd's, and they were the one that actually, you know, suggested if I wanted a credit card. Really, the truth is that some banks, I don't know if they have preference, but some banks could be difficult than the other. You know, I've told with some of my experiences was that for Barclays, for example, it was an headache. It was a serious headache. I had to travel by 2 hours on a bus when I came in to go and open an account. It was during COVID time, so you can imagine. But funny enough, there was a day I just walked into Lloyd's and bam, the next day I'd opened the account. So if one do not, I mean, just going back to what Victor said, you don't need to open a lot of banks, you know, but if one bank do not, I don't think it's bad to open another one or try another one. I think HSBC could be, I'm not sure, but Lloyd's was where I got through with my own stuff anyway. Great. Someone said, thank you so much for the presentation. How do one start his credit history? I think that has been answered.
He asked a second, he asked a second question, I think.
Yeah,
which we didn't address.
How do we do claims, especially if you visit your new location by driving yourself?
Sorry, Elijah, I think the chap, I didn't get the name, but he asked 2 sets of questions. So we've answered one.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So he talked about Grantham, yeah. So
the Grantham and the distance.
Yeah, posting is in Boston, Grantham, and Lincoln. So, well, I had a few colleagues because I worked in Boston. So I had a few colleagues as well that had, I think if you're probably posted to that axis, depending on your posting, you will have to go to Lincoln because of, I think they have pediatrics in Lincoln, something like that. So, well, you can't, what did this guy do? Okay, yeah, I know what he did. So what he did was, he had a house. So you decide where you want to live. You know, in those 3, you choose where you want to live. I didn't really visit Grantham much, but I don't think there was anything in Grantham. Well, scratch that. So I didn't really visit Grantham much, so I can't really say. But we stayed in Boston. But what he did was, I think he had a house in Boston, and or somewhere far. So what happened was, if he got an accommodation in the hospital, you know, so that whenever he's in a posting in a hospital, he got an accommodation in the hospital, and he was claiming that. He was claiming that from the trust. Like I said, you know, if you have this thing, an accommodation already to a place, let's say now you choose to live in Grantham, for instance. So okay, Grantham is understood, is close, so you probably won't claim Grantham. But if you go for posting in Lincoln, then you can make claims. And if you go for posting in Boston, you can make claims. So it's either you're making accommodation claims if you're, you know, if you've moved to go and live there, you know, so you can make accommodation claims, monthly accommodation claims, and 2 weekly, maybe, 2 weekly, what's it called? Two weekly driving claim, you know, because you could probably go there on Sunday and come back on Saturday, something like that. So you can do that. Or you can just make travel claim, you know, if you drive down and back, so you claim those. So it depends what you want to do. So that's it.
Victor, you can open to the chat room as well. And I think I've sent you a chat as well, but just you could open the chat room and see the questions you want to answer.
Okay. Oh, I did a lot of questions. I didn't even look at
well, what Shalom said, how do one start? I think we've answered that. Is credit history, we've answered that. Or is having a debit card from a bank enough? And the second question is, how do we do claims, especially if you visit your new location by driving yourself in your car? I think that would just be the mileage. When you find out the application or how they go about it, it will be easy to, to do. But for us in the Northeast, like Victor has mentioned, the application or the what we use, it will mean that using there are blocks in the app. So you register your car with them, then you put your location, your house, where you're living, to where you are going to. They may say a place in the UK, and you put the address, and possibly there will be a slot where you put your reason for why you travel that distance. So I think it's more to just let you know what you can do, but the practicality would come when you start and when you talk to your HR, when you start, to tell you how to go about this. Really. Hope that's okay, Shalom, about that. Victor, do you have anything you want to answer?
I don't know if, but I think you've pretty much answered it. But if there's anything, basically, if you have any queries regarding claims, you can always contact your HR.
Like I said, no claim is illegitimate. They will just refuse it, tell you what it is. And sometimes they will just ask you to get the documents as well, if you want to go further. Can I claim for more than 2 trips and booking hotel, like 3 days each during house hunting?
Sorry?
No, there was a question by Moji Sola. If can claim for 2 trips and booking hotels,
2
like
trips.
3 days each. Well, I'm not sure, but
I'm not sure, but
you can ask HR, I believe.
Yeah, I know you can claim. You can claim for the hotel. I think it's for here is 4 to 5 days or 5 nights. I think I highlighted it. You can claim. I don't know if you can claim 2-way. I don't know, to be honest, but you can always find out.
What are the best advice towards targeting to buy a house in the training location? Well,
that's an
my advice would be, one, if you have children, look out for the Ofsted grade. Know that the area you want to live has a good school, because there's no point, getting a house somewhere that, the children's schools are not so good. It is, they may influence your child, and, and that cascade just keeps going on. At least that's what I did. I made my place, the criteria was good school before, and then see how close as it is to walk. It's also good to live in a good area. I've mentioned about deprivation index, so you want to check that as well to see if where you're looking at is it's a good place to live as a doctor, or where you want to live, with your family, safety and otherwise. I think cost may also be an issue for people, so you want to look at that as well. Yeah. Anything you want to throw in, Victor?
To be honest, I didn't really get the question, because I was just trying to respond to some of the direct messages I'm getting. So
Okay.
I think I understood the question differently from you. I don't know, maybe the person. So that's why sometimes I think it's probably better to ask the question directly so that we can get an understanding.
Okay.
But it sounded like the person wanted advice as regards should they buy, should they not buy? That's what I understood.
Okay, Shalom, if you're there, you could unmute, please, and let's give us some insight into your question.
Yeah, thank you so much for the presentations and all the enlightenment so far gotten. Pertaining to this particular question, both ways that both the way you understood it and the way Dr. Victor did. One, is it advisable to buy? And then two, the factors that you brought up were also quite valid. Well, in my own case, I have not started any credit history of any type, but may be interested to have that instead of a rent period over a 3-year period. So it's just to get the advice of elders on how to go about that. Thank you.
Okay. Well, for starters, there are no elders here. there are no elders here. Okay. So basically, the way I'm going about answering these questions is, what will I do, really? And yeah, it's quite tricky when you come in to want to like maybe buy a house immediately, because like I said, if you don't have the credit basis, it's quite difficult. But also when you, it's also good to, when you come in, probably the first 6 months, get a rent. I'll say for me, get a rental. Reason being, it will give you an idea, of the environment so that you can actually decide where you want to live. Because if you just come in, go buy a house somewhere, you don't know the region. So you probably can buy a house in, the most deprived of areas. So, but if you stay in a place, then, get some information about the area. So you'll be able to now decide, okay, this is the best, residential area to live in. And then you start probably looking at getting a house there. So that's it. But also the house, it depends on you really. Some people say it's more beneficial not to buy. Some people say it is to buy, but you have to wait. Like when I was in acute medicine, so the consultant at the time advised that once you go into training and start training, just get a house, because the training is a long, it's something long. So I think that was the advice, that I got, which I think, yeah, if you think about it, probably helpful. But you also have to decide, if you get a house, one will decide, then I'm going to be staying here for, about at least how many years. So you also have to, so a lot of things come into, into play really, because you're thinking, okay, if you get a house, you're thinking, okay, this is going to tie me down here for a couple of years, you understand? So it's all, you just have to decide, But one would say that if you buy a house and you're paying, at least you're contributing towards your own property, rather than, paying rent and contributing towards somebody else's. And to be honest, buying a house, the mortgage you'll be paying for the house you'll be renting, if you were to rent a 3-bedroom apartment and to buy that same 3-bedroom apartment, the mortgage is cheaper than the rent. So I can't advise you on that, but I can only tell you these factors and a whole lot of other factors for you to consider what you want, really. So it depends on you.
Great. Elizabeth said, I currently live with family in Sorrel, but due to my starting training, I've requested for hospital accommodation. Can I make a claim from the hospital accommodation?
So sorry, maybe I'll just let you read this thing. Huh?
It's in the chart. It says, I currently live with family in Sorrel, but due to my starting training, I've requested for hospital accommodation. Can I make a claim for the hospital accommodation?
You live in Sorrel. So where are you? So where's the
I
training?
think it's just the main thing is if the person can make claim for hospital accommodation, because that will be the situation for most people. So if Elizabeth, you could throw more light into that question. I didn't
I don't understand. Like,
yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, so I live in Surrey. Surrey is
sorry, let me just shut my window because I can't really hear you. I think somebody's doing something outside.
okay.
So how has it been, everyone? Do you want to just put it in the chat that it's been useful, helpful?
Yeah, very
Yeah,
useful, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so I live in Surrey, which is Greater London, outskirts of London, but the training is going to be in East Sussex, in Eastbourne. So it's a bit of a distance, almost 2 hours by train. Can I make a claim for hospital accommodation? Because I've requested for accommodation within the hospital.
Mm-hmm. You still want to keep your house in Surrey?
Yes.
Okay,
because
yeah,
family
I think
are not able to move with me.
Yeah. I think in that case, you should be able to. So you should try. I think you should be able to because you can't be paying 2 rent, you see. So yes, you should be able to. So if you're telling them you're commuting, so it's either you're actually claiming for the commute or you're claiming for, the rent.
Okay.
That
I
you
can't claim
pay
either. I can't claim both. It has to be one or the other.
No, you can't claim both because you can't be living there and then be traveling. So why are you getting the house really? So you can't get the house in, Kent, and you're still traveling. I don't know if you get what I mean. So you can only, so it's, so for here, I'm going to tell you for here. So for here is, if you live in, say you were to, in this region, in that kind of, a situation. So what you do is you probably claim the Kent, and then you go, if you go on Sunday, so you claim two-way weekly. So what it means is maybe Sunday you go to Kent, you claim the accommodation in Kent, Friday you come back, next week like that. So you claim one way ticket going to Kent, one way coming back in a week, and then you claim your full month rent. That's what you probably would be claiming here, which I think should be the same there, which I think should be the same. So you can try to speak with them about it.
Yeah, and
since you're still keeping your accommodation, but if you were not keeping your accommodation, you can't claim it because
no, I'm keeping it.
Yeah, so that's it.
Thank you.
But considering I just want to also throw more light into the commuting. But if you were in the hospital accommodation and you were going from there to your GP practice when you start a GP practice, and then from the GP practice to home visit, so you can't. What I do is, claim from home to my GP practice, come back, then I now claim from the GP practice to home visit, come back to the practice. Victor, what do you think about?
I didn't get anything you said.
Oh, really? Is it?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm just trying to reply that because I know when we close this thing, it's gone. So I think some people were sending me direct messages, which I'm trying to respond because the moment we close it, I can't see anything again.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good for, I don't know, if people can just send on the main forum as well, so that everybody can benefit from the discussion. Yeah. So about that, I'll come to you, Ibi Alafia. Yeah. I'm just saying that when she starts a GP posting, and she's still living in the hospital accommodation, yeah. Even though she makes claim from a place in Sorrel to home, to the hospital accommodation, yeah. She can also make claims from hospital to the GP practice.
Okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Now you need to bear in mind that this is completely different for different regions. So
Regions,
you
okay.
guys have to bear that in mind, because I thought, you know, like I went to visit a friend in where is it, Sheffield, and I was telling him, "Kyle, man, what are you doing? Make claims." And he made claims and they rejected it. You understand? I was like, no, they don't pay that here, you know, but easily they pay it here. You know, me and you have talked about it, so they pay. So it doesn't, you know, the trainings are different. The training is the same, you know, but the part or whatever it is different. So you just have to bear in mind that you may go and they don't accept it. You understand? I think probably the Northeast, it feels to me like they're the best in terms of, you know, they pay you everything, really. Like you go to work normally, they're paying you back. You get it, so.
Even when you go to courses as well, they pay you.
Yeah. So
and even
other places, so yeah, you just have to try. You understand? So there's no harm in trying. So you just have to try. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, you know, it doesn't. But yeah, you should try. But relocation, I think they should pay. And you know, if you probably trust grades and all that, you know, but all of us are in training, because it's trust grade I think trust grade is very sweet. Like that money, you can get all the full money, like from your flight ticket and everything. You are getting it. Like,
okay, great.
That's
sorry, I think you have your hands up. Ibialafa. Ibialafa.
Okay, I was close.
Okay, thanks for the presentation. Please, I need some information. Okay, so if I'm trying to do interregional transfer from East Sussex to Surrey, because I currently live in Surrey, but I've been posted to East Sussex and I'm trying to move back to Surrey because commuting is horrible and I've got like special circumstances. So I'd like to know if anybody has done this and what will be required of me and how do I apply. However, I have emailed my HR and they've said the window opens early August. I'm coming, mommy's coming, sorry about that. And they said the window opens early August. I'm just trying to get some more information. Then thirdly, I've been posted, I've been given my different postings, what I'm supposed to do. I want to know if it will change if I move regions or if it's going to stay the same because they're under the same deanery of Kent, Surrey, Sussex.
So third question, real quick, is probably going to change, just so you bear that in mind. So if you change region, it's most likely going to change.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second question about the moving.
Yeah.
I know it's doable.
Yeah.
I've not seen anyone that did it successfully. In fact, my friend got married. The wife was somewhere else. He was somewhere else. Both of them applied. They are finished training. They didn't get.
Let me just mute you, please.
So they like that's how it is. They have finished training, and they became GPs last year. So I need them to have applied it. I think since ST1 also. So it's not. I think it's doable. You know, I think they do it, but I think they can't just. I'm not sure. I think what he was trying to explain to me at the time was, let's say, for instance, you are coming to come maybe from Sussex to Surrey. It will make sense if there's somebody else going from Surrey to Sussex, so they just swap you guys. If not, it makes it very difficult. Because a lot of planning, you know, and everything organization has gone in, you know, to put you in those postings and all that. So taking you to another deanery, like it's very like tricky and dicey. I can't say anything about it because I don't really know much. But what I know is that the people that have done it so far, they've not been successful. You understand? So that's all I know, and I can't say further in that regard. So I hope you get it. You know, you can always try because there's nothing. If you don't try, that's the thing. You can't get it. You understand? So you can always try, but is it going to be successful? I can answer that.
Excuse me, please.
Yeah.
May I just chip in?
Go ahead, please.
I have a friend who successfully did an interdeanery transfer. Well, I don't know if it's interdeanery, but he was going for ST1 as well. He was initially in Norfolk, Kingsley, Norfolk, and then moved to, they got Hull for ST1 GP, he and his wife. But then the wife got Hull, he got somewhere else, but I think it was the same deanery. And he applied for interdeanery transfer. I honestly don't know all the details. And I mean, I could maybe get you his number and stuff like that. Exactly, link both of you, but he was successful. I don't know if it was like a swap, like, was explained, or he was just lucky. I don't know, but he was successful and he was able to get a transfer.
Okay, so it's interdeanery.
I think so. I'm not sure. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it was.
Thank you so much. But the thing is, I've actually looked it up. Interdeanery transfer is different from interregional transfer.
Oh, okay.
Initially, I thought I was supposed to do was interdeanery transfer, but I found out from them when I sent an email, they said what I would need to do is actually an interregional transfer because it's the same deanery. I'm just moving from one end to the other.
Okay.
This is Kent, Surrey, Sussex.
I think
from East Sussex to Surrey.
I think what we can do is that if you guys private chat yourself, and send the link, because those people have gone through it, possibly they would have come across some of the things you're facing, whether it's interdeanery or interregional, and they should be able to advise you really. I think so. If you guys would do that, that would be great. Just look out for yourself in the chat and exchange numbers. Yeah, is that okay?
Hi, sorry. Can I chip in a bit if you don't mind?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm also in Kent, Surrey, Sussex, and I recently attended a forum for trainees, and someone had a similar situation. And yeah, what they said, at least the deanery board said, is that it's very difficult, just like Victor said. It's doable. I mean, you're welcome to apply, but they said it's very difficult. And like Victor said, like if you have someone who's willing to swap with you, it's easier that way. So that's what was said at the forum.
So that's great. So clearly, I mean, it's possible and it's worth giving it a try. And that's a good essence of, the essence of this group, where we can, connect and help each other more. Like two people that raised their hands up. Was it about the same topic, or I can't see any hands raised?
So let me quickly answer this question on the chat. I think it's just a yes. So
Okay.
Lucia Adeleye, he said, can I claim relocation expense from one UK city or town to another if I'm moving from transfer job to training? If yes, how do I go about it? Yes, you can claim it. So we've talked about it. Contact your HR, you understand? But I mean, all those, just see those emails you get. You should see something about, relocation claim. So you should be able to get that.
Is it possible for someone to get hospital accommodation for a family?
Yes, if it's available. If it's not available, yeah, you're not.
If the accommodation is big enough, and depending on your family size as well.
If it's available, you can get. But usually, you have to be aware that, you understand, people are on the waiting list before you. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's available, so you can get. Yeah.
Okay, I think there are other two charges.
I think that's it. Okay.
So I think there's some. Okay. Oh, just thank you. Great.
So I think we've answered the questions now.
So
I didn't really get time to read everything, but I hope we have answered all.
I believe I was going through them. We've answered everything really.
Okay, that's fine then.
So just a few points that I've kind of listed in this while Victor was speaking is so Victor, I think some charts are coming in as well. So
yeah, there's one interesting one. As regards to Help to Buy scheme, that condition of it being a first-time buyer is applicable to real property in the UK and abroad. Okay, yeah, that's true. So if you have a household in Nigeria already declared, you can't use the scheme. Yes, you can't. You can't use it. So all over the world, it's not like if you have any house anywhere in the world, so you are not a first-time buyer.
Declared, you said, yeah?
If you have any house, you're not a first time buyer.
Great. So a few points that I think someone else has come up again, but let me just, a few things for me in the take home. I've mentioned the Google promo emails will be sent to your Gmail for the blue light cards and stuff. Blue light card also, I think you pay £5 to get the card.
You pay £5 to get the card. The card lasts for 2 years.
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Grocery, I think any grocery stores that offer, especially the big ones, if they offer you any card, my advice is, take it once. You don't have to pay. Because take, for example, I have for Lidl, I have for Tesco, I have for Sainsbury, and I've said from my experience, I don't buy, everything in one store. I kind of, buy because the prices are different and the discounts are also different. I think to deposit for the house, I know some of us may have houses in where we're coming from or that we've sold or some money. So if you have a good deposit amount, a very lump sum amount, the bank would be willing to do, do business with you. Let's say you have, give or take, 30% or something after, yeah. So it's not impossible, and it doesn't hurt if you ask, saying that you have this. Once it's traceable, that's another thing. Once that sum is traceable, I think you should be able to do that. I put it in the chat. Change your mails, update your mail when you move. And
there's a whole list of things to actually update when you move. Like
I think Mabel spoke about it, and we would she will come back again sometime to talk about it.
That's fair.
Anything in the chat, Victor?
I think I saw something about a car. I can't remember, but I saw earlier on where somebody asked about a car, how to get a car, I think.
Oh, well, what's the best way to get a car in the UK with a poor credit score?
There are a lot of ways to get cars in the UK. So if we go into that, my boss here will not allow me to finish.
Yeah, I think we'll have to come another day, really. I'm working later in the night, and I've just come out. I've just,
a lot of ways to get cars.
And I just came out of work about 9 a.m. this morning. So I haven't really, kind of settled, and I'm going back later tonight again. So we'll bring Victor back again. This will be, Victor and I were discussing yesterday. We won't leave you to yourself. I think we will work with you right through the first year, because there are other plans, other things that we have in stock as well. And always, drop this thing in the chat room, in the WhatsApp group as well. I mean, I encourage people, individuals that have even answered some of the questions. Some of them I can't remember, I don't know. But so, in between yourself.
Someone's hand is up.
Huh?
I want us to address that. Somebody's hand is up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'll get to that person. So in between yourself, you've answered your question, which is good. So there's the other group is where Victor is. We're still trying to get everybody together in one group. But if you're in that place where the group where Victor is, please ask all the questions. He's quite resourceful. Victor is very resourceful, that I know. So he may not answer on time because of many things.
I'm just going to turn off my camera, please, but I'm still here.
No problem. So he may not answer on time, but clearly he will answer you eventually. That's one thing about him. So Zoom user, you don't have your name, but you have your hand raised. So,
hello.
Yeah.
Thank you for the discussion so far. I was just going to ask, the NHS pension stuff wasn't discussed today, so I was wondering if it's going to be discussed another day. And then secondly, about the cards for for the groceries shopping, do you go introduce yourself as an NHS staff and ask if they have cards that you could benefit from, or how does it work?
No. So
Okay.
the blue light card is your identity as an NHS or the health this thing worker. So you don't need to go into the store and say, okay, you're this, that. But the grocery, like stores have cards, like where the loyalty cards and all that. So you can just ask them, do you guys have any card? You understand? Not, okay, do you have any NHS card? Because blue light should do that for you, really. Okay.
Yeah. Most times when you go into those grocery stores, as you're paying for it, they would ask you, do you have their card? If they don't ask you, just ask them. They're willing to, to let you have it really.
You can download their apps as well.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
What was the first question? Sorry.
Yeah.
About the NHS pension.
So
okay,
maybe you came late.
I didn't come late. I joined from the beginning.
Okay.
No, we didn't really address NHS. What do you?
Yeah. I was going to ask.
I'm tempted to ask. What do you want to know about it?
Yes. Someone told me something about if you stay on the pension for a number of years, some deductions will be made from your account. Then there's something about pulling out in the first 2 years. I really don't know the details. In my first job, they just put me on the pension. I really don't know how it works. So
okay, so
I really like to get information.
Okay, fine. I've heard it. So Elijah, let me just 40 seconds, please. So the pension, so it depends on you if you want to join or not. Well, it doesn't depend on you if you want to join. So you can opt out. You understand? So it's like an opt out thing. So any place you go to work, they'll put you automatically on the pension, even if you had gone out in the previous one. So the onus is on you to opt out again. Okay. So first, let's get that out of the way. 2, you can, if you opt out of the pension, you're going to get the money. Okay, but just bear in mind, the pension is 9.3%. So, and the pension is not taxed. So when you see it in your paycheck, or what's it called, payslip, it's not taxed. You understand? You probably might see, let's say for instance, 10,000. You see 10,000 gross. You probably see. I'm a bit rushed now, and Elijah's face is not funny. So.
Oh no, I'm just. I mean, no.
Oh, you're just listening. Oh, okay.
I'm just
I
listening.
was a bit tense. Okay.
No.
You know you're my boss. So, all right. So if you depend, it's 9.3%. For our salary bracket. So let's say put it at. Let me peg it at 9% to make it easy for you. For me to calculate. Sorry, not you. So 10,000. That's 900. You're going to pay per year. Okay. So that money is not taxed. Now, if you opt out of pension, they're going to tax it before they put it in your salary, just so you're aware. Okay. Now, if you join the pension, if you're registered, or if you start working, for instance, and then they put you on the pension, you can pull out of pension. You can also make claims of the contributions you've done already, but you cannot make claims. You cannot make claims after 24 months. Sorry, I'm just trying to read something here. I've opted out of pension twice in 2 jobs. I always stated it was temporary. It's not difficult to do, but now I'm starting training. I'd like to join. You don't need to do anything. So the training, the moment you start it, you just be joined automatically. So you don't have to do anything about it. So it's only when you want to opt out. So it's basically opt out. So everybody, with every new job, they'll put you back on pension. I think the other thing is after every 3 years or so, you enter back, you go back into it. Yeah, so you'll be opting out if you want to. But people say, oh, they want to max out, they want to save money, but you should just bear in mind that, if you opt out of pension, the money will be taxed. If you are in pension, that money would not be taxed. So they take it before. So it's like a salary sacrifice thing. They take it before they tax it.
Okay, so why I'm really asking this question, I had a pension scheme back in Nigeria, where I've contributed a very significant amount. And then I left Nigeria and I'm not getting my money. So if I stay on the UK pension and then for some reason I leave, I go back to Nigeria, go somewhere else, will I get my pension?
Simple answer, I don't know. But if you were to get the pension, it's going to be after your retirement age. That's when you get it. But simple answer, I don't know. I have someone that said that they got their pension after they left, but that was years after, they started getting paid. So I think maybe, and they are kind of like advanced. So it sounds like, they got to the pension age where they started receiving pension and then the money started coming. So I can't answer that.
Okay.
I think from my experience, because So I think, I don't know, I quickly stepped out, but I'm just trying to kind of gather some idea from what the discussion was about. I think after 5 years, in between 5 years, from where I'd worked before, within 5 years, you can get the total of your contributions. But after that 5 years, I don't know if it's the same with other countries.
No. So I've already said in the NHS, it's less than 2 years.
Okay.
So if it's more than 2 years, you can't get your money back.
Until your retirement.
I printed out that thing last week, so I read it.
Okay, until after. So we are in UK, so let's talk about what applies to UK. Great.
That's it. So if you just search, anything, it's easy. It's online. So if you just search NHS pension opt out or something and refund, just search those two, you see them there. So you see the PDF, download it and read it. You get all the information in it. If you have any queries as well, you can call it payroll.
And the other thing also is that some of these questions, answers to some of these questions you can find in gov.uk. That's the government site, and everything you can think of. Even when you start your GP, you would get medical conditions and DVLA. Everything is in that website. So if you have some time, or if we haven't explained it clearly, you could check with them. And like Victor said, check with your payroll. So I think we've been quite extensive today. We've been here for close to 2 hours. I think, most times they say after 45 minutes, people start to lose concentration, but I see that it's not the case. Everybody has been, kind of alert, because it's a money talk, isn't it? So we'll be quite attentive. But we have to, close for the day. I think I thank everyone for coming on board. Victor, thank you very much for your presentation and educating us on this topic. We'll have you again sometime in the future and in other presentations. So moving forward, I think I would like to have a meeting with parents again this Wednesday. I would put it on the chat, the link and the time, so we could just talk more about parenting, because when Ola, the previous speaker on last week, told me about some of the events, I was shocked, so I think we need to bring it back and let's really talk more about it. So if you're a parent, if you have the time, please join on Wednesday. And this is recorded, so we would have it on the YouTube as well. I'm not able to kind of download it or put it on the chat except with the link. So that's why you have that going forward. And that's why I've done it in that way. I know it's my private YouTube channel, but but that's what I can work with right now. So if we have no other pressing issue, I think I would say thank you to everyone.
What's the name of your YouTube channel?
Oh, it's just my name, Elijah Fagorala, but I will send the link of this meeting in the chat in both WhatsApp link, both WhatsApp groups, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Victor, any closing remark before we close?
And well, I think I don't know, maybe we can do it again in the future. I don't know, probably I've always been talking about I think this has to be driven by you guys, because I don't think we can actually direct it, really. So it has to be what people want to be discussed or to be addressed. So that's how I would want it. So I think Elijah, I've told you a couple of times now, just to put it in the group. If what you want to be talked about, you can put it in the group, and then we can address it as much as possible if we can. If we can't, hopefully we can direct it to where you can get the information you need.
Great.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Victor, once again. Like I said, about the car, if anything comes out or comes up on that, I would let you know if they're coming to speak with us. But for now, we will talk about parenting on Wednesday. And I know that we are quite concerned about 14 fish. Don't worry. Portfolio, we have an extensive time on portfolio. Every one of the group admin, Hayo, Mabel, myself, and Victor, we would go through the portfolio so that when you start the GP, it will just be a smooth sailing. So great. And please cast your vote if you still want us to go through that route of talking to the chair in RCGP about your COS. So enjoy your weekend, everyone, and stay blessed. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. So yes, you can join the WhatsApp group. I don't know, do you have my number?
Yeah, I have your number.
Okay.
Victor. Yeah, thank you so
much.
Oh,
you have Victor's number?
Oh yeah, I have Victor's number. I don't have yours. I don't know.
Okay, well, once you send it to Victor, it's okay, and he would add you because he's one of the admin in the other group.
Okay, thank you very much, Elijah. I appreciate it. God bless you guys.
Yeah, no problem. All the best.
Thank you so much. But I wouldn't mind if I still get yours.
Okay, you want my this is my WhatsApp, everybody. Plus, where is plus here now? Okay, I think that plus 1-868-374-9553. That's my WhatsApp.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to kind of get some rest and also prepare for work later in the day as well. So, but we'll bring it back. I think we've done quite a lot today about that. I don't know.
Okay, have a nice day, Elijah. God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, also. Thanks, man.